Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is Tad. Hey Tad, you're in a different room.
I am. I got a new laptop, so
Is it, is
so
it
I
nice?
it is. It's even got a touch screen
Oh, sweet.
and some serious RAM and multiple processors and a solid state terabyte hard drive.
Oh, nice. You shouldn't fill up that too fast. The drive that I save.
You'd be surprised, but
The drive that
but
I
but but
save.
really, no, I won't
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, the drive that I save our podcast onto is a 2 terabyte drive, and we're about a quarter of the way full.
Okay.
So we've been
Okay.
doing this for three
See,
years.
I have a 2 terabyte drive that's almost completely full with music,
Yeah.
and a 4 terabyte drive that is like three-quarters full with comics.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Nope. I have a drive dedicated to just our podcasts. And then,
that's smart.
yeah, and it's an external drive. So I'm going to have to
Right,
back it up, though, just in case it goes down on me.
right, right,
Uh,
right.
Anywho, what's going on in the world?
Well, we lost John Cassaday this week.
Yeah, we did. I didn't
One
hear.
of the great.
I didn't hear from what.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't hear what he had passed away
I
from.
didn't hear anything specific either,
Okay.
except that it had leaked out that he was sick a while ago. So some sort of illness. He
Okay.
was in his late 50s. So he wasn't old.
No.
Probably best known for Planetary,
Yep.
but also had a run on Excalibur. Did a European comic called I Am Legion that was fantastic. Um, Secret War.
Yep.
I mean, ironically, and now I might have to hit them up faster. Or did he only do a cover for Secret War? It looks like he only did a cover. Or what did he do for Secret War? Because it's Delato is the main artist.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
Sorry, I got a little bit of a cold. I keep
lot of
sniffling.
Star Wars covers.
Yeah.
Lot of Star Wars covers. Um, I feel like he had at least one other major work where he did the interiors. I'm I did no.
Looks cool though. I mean, all the work that he did do.
No, his art's amazing. I mean, Planetary is one of the greatest comic series ever created.
See, I'm gonna have to read it. I've heard of it,
Um,
but I haven't read it.
yeah. Um, and Cassaday was just a fantastic artist, fantastic storyteller, and gone
Too early.
way too soon.
No
Yeah.
kidding. 50 whatever. It is just
56, I think.
yeah. That is just too soon. I mean, considering I'm guessing your parents are probably in their 60s or 70s, and mine are in their 60s.
My dad is 71
Uh huh.
and my mom is 65.
Uh huh. And yeah, my parents are both 63. Um,
Hmm.
so I mean,
Hmm.
it's kind of scary to think
He
that they
he's well, I mean for me, he's way closer to the age of somebody I would call a peer,
exactly. It's kind of where I'm
you
going.
know.
Yep. Yep.
So
That's too bad.
so rest in peace, John Cassaday.
Yep.
Another great artist has left us. Um, Brighter news.
Yeah.
Uh, We talked about a couple Humble Bundles last week. I'm going to talk about another one this week. Image Comics
I'm
does one almost every year.
I'm on it right now, and
Uh,
I love all of the Ice Cream Man that's included.
yep. Yep. It has pretty much all of Ice Cream Man.
Yep.
I think all of Pretty Deadly. I think all of I Hate Fairyland.
Yep.
It's got Zoe Thorogood's It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth. It's got the first volume of World Tree. It's got the first volume of Dead Eyes. It's got Gospel, which is an underrated masterpiece. I think it has all of Kaya so far, all of Middle West. It's got a lot of America Andolfo, Mercy, Sweet Paprika. It's got all of Royal City.
That's great. This is like such a good. This is one. If I didn't own
Old
90%
Dog.
of this already, I'd be buying this.
Right. Right. No, I mean, every year Image will do, or seemingly every year, Image will do a package that like you can get just a crap ton of stuff,
Yeah.
like often in full runs. You know, they've had it where they had all of Saga, they've had it where they had all of Sex Criminals, you know, that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, um, so yeah, $18
That is not bad.
is the minimum payment to get 44 trade paperbacks
Yep.
in digital form, with Book Industry Charitable Foundation as the beneficiary of the charitable donation
Hmm.
that you give. So anybody who hasn't read any of those, or anybody who doesn't have all of them digitally, and I mean, I sometimes do it even when I have some of them digitally, because it's like for $18, if I get 5 of them and give $10 to the Book Industry, if I get 5 that I didn't have before and get $10 to give $10 to the Book Industry Charitable Foundation, that's a win.
I agree. I agree.
You
That's
know?
that's worth it. I felt that way when I bought the Hellboy BPRD one. And I bought,
Right.
and I bought that.
Right.
I bought that one at like the $35 level. Yeah. So I'm
Right.
definitely going to.
Well, but $35 got you like 70 items on that one, didn't it?
It did. It got.
I mean,
so
officially it
much.
got you 36 items, but the first item had 44 items in it.
It did. It did. Yeah. It was great.
I think that might still be going.
It is. Yeah.
I think that's going for like another. Oh, there's still a Power Rangers bundle going for another 5 hours. So by the time people listen to this, it won't be going anymore.
right.
Woohoo!
What do you
20 days left on the BPRD bundle.
Okay.
12 days left on the
Image.
Archie bundle.
Oh yeah, the Archie one I gotta get. I haven't bought that yet.
Right.
But the Image one, it says 19 days left. Yeah.
Yeah, 19 days left on the Image. So
The Archie one I want to get. It's the horror one where it's got.
Yep.
I know this isn't on your news thing, but it's
It's
got
got some good
Sabrina
stuff.
the Teenage Witch or Sabrina. It's got
Right.
Madam Satan. It's got Jinx.
Yep.
Strange Science.
Yep.
Afterlife with Archie. Very cool.
Yep, it's got some cool stuff.
All right.
I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but I'm definitely thinking about it.
Yeah, I am too.
I feel like we have to talk about the debate
It was
just a little.
so funny. I tuned in.
Did you watch?
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it was going to be entertaining.
Right.
And my wife and I had a deal like we were going to just see how long it was just kind of a funly banter about how long until he said something stupid. And it didn't take long.
It was like what? 2 minutes?
Yeah. It didn't take long. I mean,
I love how he always fell into her traps.
yeah. She set him up so hard, and it was obvious too.
Instead of answering the question about immigration, his big issue, he argued about his crowd sizes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
She knew that would get him under his skin, when she brought
she
it up.
did. She did.
Um,
I mean, also, she was right. She didn't lie.
no. What
I need. Go ahead.
I seen a report that said that she had one false claim. Do you know what that was?
Well, I was literally about to bring up
Okay.
The Washington Post fact check. I won't read the whole thing. 55 suspect claims, mostly Trump's, in debate with Harris. So like she said that the economists have said that the Trump sales tax would actually result for middle class families in about $4,000 more per year.
Yeah.
And the Washington Post said this may be a high estimate. In other words, she's got reason to believe that. It's been said by a group, but other groups have said something lower.
And she embellished a little bit.
No, I know enough about this that I think her number is actually closer to the real.
Oh, okay.
Because the thing about tariffs is it not only does the cost of the new, I mean, this is something that Trump doesn't seem to grasp or assumes that
nobody will
that people won't get. When you put a tariff on something, that country doesn't pay it. The corporations in that country don't pay it. The prices go up. The consumer pays it. Yeah. So a tariff is just another tax.
Correct.
But where the numbers are most different is that a lot of people only go, how much will they pay more because the prices of foreign products go up.
Right.
What the group that Kamala quotes from takes into account is how much will domestic prices go up because foreign prices went up, and therefore domestic prices can go up and still compete.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because seriously, if let's say, pick an item that might be able to be imported or might be made in the United States. Let's say your notebook is $5, but the one from Korea is $4, right? But now the tariff makes the one from Korea $6.50. Do you think the one from the US is still going to be $5, or do you think it'll be $6 or maybe even $6.50?
Exactly, it'll be $6.50.
The American companies aren't going to feel like, they've been doing okay with the higher priced items with the made in the USA. So why should they keep their prices lower if there's tariffs on? They can just say, oh, it's inflation, wave a magic, costs have gone up. Look, everybody's went up. So yeah, I mean, that's a questionable. Of course, Trump says he has no sales tax,
right?
Which is a flat wrong claim.
Exactly.
That the entire tariff is paid by a foreign country.
Exactly.
The next is again Trump, who said, I had tariffs and yet I had no inflation. I had no inflation, virtually no inflation. They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country because I've never seen a worse period of time. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. And Biden did not have the highest inflation in U.S. history. No. Inflation spiked to 9% in mid-2022, a 40-year high, but is now down to 3%. Inflation was 12.5% in 1980, 13.5% in 1979, 18.1% in 1946, Jesus. And many other years higher than 6.5%.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one for the response. I've never seen this sentence in the Washington Post before. So first, the Trump line was, we have millions of people pouring into our country from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums.
Correct. Yep.
The Washington Post's response is, this is poppycock.
I love that word.
Immigration experts know of no efforts by other countries to empty their prisons and mental institutions.
It's true.
Helen Fair, research associate at Institute for Crime and Justice Policy Research in Britain, which tracks world prison population, except for a handful of countries that won't give up their numbers, said the numbers are growing. In 2013, 10.7 million people were in prison globally, and that had grown to 10.77 million by 2021.
Yeah.
So there's 500,000 more people in jail than there were 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. They're not being released in the United States. Oh,
The next one, and I think they were really kind to him on this one. You look at Springfield, Ohio, you look at Aurora in Colorado, they're taking over these towns, they're taking over buildings. They're going in violently. They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have to get them out. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. Trump is channeling right-wing social media sensations.
okay. So where did this Springfield thing start? What was the incident that got on his radar?
What got initially on the right-wing radar
Yeah.
was there was a van that had an accident with a school bus
Yep.
where one child died and a number were injured.
Okay.
Now, yes, that was an immigrant driver, but there have been similar things with native-born drivers. That's not like really an immigration problem.
Right.
And more importantly, the father of the dead child has like chided them for turning it into a hate issue. He has told them to leave his family alone, to leave his son's name out of it,
Yes.
So it just kind of like morphed. They had to come up with something else where
Weird.
I like this next one. I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. We had the greatest economy. This is false.
Correct.
He said, before the coronavirus pandemic shuttered businesses and unemployment soaring, the president could certainly brag about the state of the economy in his first 3 years, but he ran into trouble when he made the play for the history books to say it was the best economy in U.S. history. By just about any important measure, the economy under Trump did not do as well as it did under Presidents Harry S. Truman, Lyndon B. Johnson, or Bill Clinton.
Funny.
Here's another... oh yeah. So Harris said, what you're going to hear tonight is a detailed, dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected. I have nothing to do, as you know, and she knows better than anyone. I have nothing to do with Project 2025 that's out there. Washington Post needing to be, really even. Project 2025 is not an official campaign document, and it is not.
It's not. No.
But it was written by 140 people who worked in the Trump administration.
Yep.
And he still has strong ties to, but it's not an official.
Previous Heritage Foundation documents have been implemented in Republican presidents. Right. I mean, this isn't the first time the Heritage Foundation has put in their 2 cents into the presidency.
Right.
Okay. I agree. It's not officially Trump.
It's not an unreasonable fear that it hits his playbook no matter what he says.
Correct.
I like this one here. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse. Mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. 16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation by the middle of next year, would invite a recession. And Harris's citations are correct. Trump responded with, I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, think my plan is a brilliant plan. We couldn't identify any. One Wharton professor posted on X during the debate, Hi, at Wharton Prof here. Show me the many colleagues who say Trump's plan is any good. I count zero. The Trump campaign did not respond to a request for names.
Of course.
She's a Marxist. Everyone knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. This is a ridiculous slur. There's no evidence Harris is a Marxist.
Exactly.
Element of truth about her father's academic interests. He was the first black person to receive tenure at Stanford's economic department and was regarded as a prominent critic of mainstream economic theory from the left, and the Stanford Daily in 1976 described him as a Marxist economist who taught bad courses too well. Newspaper said there had been opposition to granting him tenure because he was too charismatic, a Pied Piper leading students away from neoclassic economics. But there's no indication that Harris's father's interest has had any impact on her thinking. Harris's parents divorced when she was a child, and she has had a strained relationship with her father.
Okay.
He exaggerated the number of immigrants coming in.
So there's a lot.
This one was they fact checked me on real time with the idea of abortion after birth. It's not legal in any state.
No.
Right?
Nobody's doing that.
Oh, this is another good one. Every legal scholar, every Democrat, every Republican, liberal, conservative, they all wanted this issue, abortion, to be brought back to the states where the people could vote. This is absurd.
Yeah, nobody wanted
the docket for Dobbs v. Jackson's Women's Health Organization, the case in which the right to abortion was overturned, is filled with briefs from legal scholars saying it would be a mistake to overturn decades of legal precedents.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
We got to be fair. Understanding his Project 2025, there would be a national abortion, a monitor that would be monitoring your pregnancies, your miscarriages. This is not exactly what Project 2025 says. Claiming that liberal states have become sanctuaries for abortion tourism, the report says the Department of Health and Human Services should use every available tool, including the cutting of funds, to ensure that every state reports exactly how many abortions take place within its borders, at what gestational age of the child, for what reason, the mother's state of residence, and by what method. It should also ensure that the statistics are separated by category: spontaneous miscarriage, treatments that incidentally result in the death of a child, such as chemotherapy, stillbirths, and induced abortion. So, to be fair, she wasn't quite accurate. It's like a thin line.
Yeah.
More falsities about terrorists and street criminals coming into the country. And specifically, do you know crime in Venezuela and crime in countries all over the world is way down? Trump has said that crime is down 67% or 72% in Venezuela.
Right.
Unclear where he gets these numbers, but they're higher than what even the government says. In May, Venezuelan security officials announced that crime indicators had fallen by 25%, claiming that security forces had been successful in large-scale operations. Some experts say the impossible to verify numbers are intended to boost the sagging popularity of Nicolas Maduro's government. He said crime is down all over the world except here. Crime here is up and through the roof. This is false. Violent crime rates, especially for homicide in large cities, have fallen sharply during Biden's presidency. Um, da, da. Oh, this is really great. The former president called for defunding federal law enforcement. 45,000 agents. Get this, on the day after he was arraigned on 34 felony counts, is something Harris said. This is correct. Both on Truth Social on April 5th, Trump said, in all caps, Republicans in Congress should defund the DOJ and FBI until they come to their senses. Weaponized Justice Department, they said, was false. Joe Biden was found essentially guilty on the documents case, was false. Another one at Commodore. Let's talk about fracking because we're here in Pennsylvania. I made it very clear in 2020 I will not ban fracking. I have not banned fracking as Vice President of the United States. And in fact, I was the tie-breaking vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which opened new leases for fracking.
Right.
This is spin. Because what she said is that Joe Biden will not ban fracking.
Yeah.
So she hasn't actually said that she
wouldn't.
But again, Trump says that he wasn't given $400 million by his father. This depends on inflation.
Yeah.
In 2018, an investigation published in the New York Times revealed that Trump had received $413 million in inflation-adjusted dollars from his father. In 2024 dollars, the value grows to $525 million.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, this is almost better than the poppycock.
Okay.
Trump said, defund the police. She's been against that forever. Trump, in his clumsy phrasing, got this right. Harris has never supported the defunding of the police.
Right. That was funny.
So yeah.
Fun.
So yeah, that gives you an idea of like the level of
absurdity.
Well, I mean, there's a couple more on Harris. Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side.
Yeah.
The Post says Trump's meaning is in dispute and threads some hairs.
Okay.
Be clear, at that point, Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election, there will be a bloodbath if the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
Correct.
It says Trump is being quoted out of context. I think that's really debatable. His campaign said he was being quoted out of context. You go back and watch the speech.
Yep.
I don't think it sounds like he's talking about an economic bloodbath.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the type of it's well known that he said Putin that he can do whatever the hell he wants and go into the Ukraine. This is partly false. Trump did not make this statement in the context of the invasion of the Ukraine.
Right. But what I think is funny.
Here's another Harris one. It's well known that he said when Russia went into the Ukraine, it was brilliant. Trump did not use that exact word. Mm-hmm. Before Russia's invasion of the Ukraine in 2022, Trump called Putin a genius and very savvy.
One of the funnier ones for me was where he had made a kind of offhand comment earlier this summer where he had said, we lost the election by a hair, and he had said we just didn't make it, something to those lines. Right. And I'd seen the video of him saying that, and it was not in sarcasm. It was not in jest. It was in earnest, like, we didn't make it. And then he totally backed out of that during the debate where they were like,
Right.
Are you finally conceding that you lost? And he's like, no, what are you talking about?
Right.
It was
Right.
ridiculous.
So that's how it is with, I mean, anything Kamala has said worth fact checking um falls into typical political speech where she put the best spin on things.
Agreed.
Um, maybe she exaggerated a little, that sort of thing.
Right.
Whereas, as is so often the case, um, he just like flat out,
Made stuff up.
right,
I mean, on the spot, it seemed like.
right. Well, yeah, no, I mean, I particularly got a kick out of somehow he decided, okay, so the immigrant immigrants eating the immigrants eating pets isn't going over well, and the sex change operations being given during the school day isn't going well. So I'm gonna say that if she becomes president on day one, they're gonna start giving sex change operations to immigrants in jail
I know.
because
Yeah, he was really going off the
that
rails
would
at
be
that point.
bad.
Yeah, he was really going off the rails. All right.
Well, and he's one of the people in his inner circle now, even on the plane with him. Um, we're named Laura Loomer, one of the two,
Okay.
who Marjorie Taylor Greene has called racist.
Funny.
How racist do you have to be more racist than Marjorie Taylor Greene?
That is funny.
And if you look at some of the pictures of them, I think she's vying either to become wife number 4 or the next Stormy Daniels, because they're
Gross.
awfully cozy.
Gross.
She's a 9/11 conspiracy theorist, inside job type person
Yeah.
that he took to the 9/11 memorial.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh.
he's like, every time I think Trump can't stoop lower,
Yeah. He does.
he finds a way.
Like that bull
He finds
crap
a
at
way.
Arlington, what makes me
Yeah.
what makes
Yeah.
me irritated is I have a cousin buried there.
Let
I
me
was
take
just at his
fun
funeral.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me take fun pictures at grave sites.
No. It's just icky.
I mean, that's up there with like clearing a crowd so I can go take a picture holding up an upside down Bible.
Right. That was ridiculous. Well, should we move on to comics?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, don't get me wrong. These are going to make some great comics in coming years.
They are.
I mean, they're already trickling in all sorts of ways. I read the new Justice Warriors this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good.
Was it?
Not good enough to knock any of the 3 that I already had in my Amazing 3 out, but it was so good.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
right.
And yeah, I mean, the only upside to this insanity
Mm-hmm.
is it makes for some great art and great comedy. The Daily Show has become an essential viewing again.
Yeah.
And so is John Oliver, and the late night hosts are having a field day. Yeah.
I haven't seen what Saturday Night Live's going to do with it, but I'm sure it's going to be funny.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I don't even know yet, but it'll be fun. As long as it doesn't wind up with Kate McKinnon playing Hallelujah again after they lose.
Right.
It was like the saddest episode ever in
I
2016.
didn't see it, but I'll watch.
Well, because I mean, you got to think of it from my world.
Mm-hmm.
It was the weekend between the Cubs. Well, no, the week before the Cubs had won the World Series, and like Anthony Rizzo and Bill Murray and Dexter Fowler and David Ross were all on Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
And then the next week you got Chappelle hosting and all ready for just joyous, but on Tuesday the world like dies
Right.
and they have to figure out how to be funny with President-elect Donald J. Trump.
Ugh.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It's still on Peacock, I think. It's worth watching.
I'll check it
It
out.
has its moments.
Well, I hope we don't end
But
up that way this
yeah.
year, because that would be sad.
Oh God, please no.
Yeah.
Please no. And if we do, and I know we've got some international listeners, Tyler and I would love to be adopted.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to get citizenship in your fine nations,
Yeah.
assuming you're in fine nations.
Well, I think it's funny, all of the right-wing people who are claiming they are going to leave the country if Kamala wins, and it's like, go. I mean,
Please.
you're going to become the immigrants that you're
Please.
complaining about.
Please, where are you going to go? I don't know, but please.
Yep. They're going to
Oh,
literally become
you should
the
all go to
immigrants.
Turkey. Go hang out with Erdogan.
Yeah.
See how much you actually like it.
Yeah.
And please actually like whatever the word is for getting rid of your American citizenship before you realize how much of a shit show an autocracy really is.
Exactly. I agree.
Make it hard to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Show your dedication.
Yeah.
Let's talk some new comic series.
Yeah, let's do that. What do you got up there?
We got another of the Horizon Experiments one shots. The thing that Pornsack Pishishote is cultivating at Image. This one from Tanariv Dew and Kelsey Ramsey and Jose Villarubio. Literary horror icon and multi-award-winning novelist Tanariv Dew and hot newcomer Kelsey Ramsey present Moondogs following East African werewolves secretly living in Miami as this minority within a minority is caught in a burgeoning war that threatens both lycanthrope and human lives.
That's a new twist on werewolves, right? Where you got East African werewolf society living in Miami.
Yep.
I mean, that's very specific.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yep.
All right. So JSA.
So how about...
Let's see here. JSA number 1 from one of my favorite writers, Jeff Lemire, and artist Diego Olortegui. Is that correct? Okay. The new era of JSA begins here. Longtime fan favorite characters, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Jade, Obsidian, Jesse Quick, Hourman, Ted Grant, and Sandman are all back on the roster as DC's first super team faces their greatest and most personal challenge yet. Will Golden Age ideals hold true in a world recovering from the events of absolute power, or do they need more hardcore approach to stand a chance against the new Injustice Society of America? This is going to be in stores November 6th.
Looks cool.
It does. I'm very much looking forward to it.
I am psyched as hell for this. Milestone Universe, The Shadow Cabinet. From Joe Illidge, Daryl Banks, and Adigun Ilhan, with covers by Dennis Cowan. In the 6 months since Brainiac's incursion into the Milestone universe, the nefarious Dr. Edwin Alva has gone missing. Icon's embarked on a deep space voyage, and Rocket has stepped up to fill the role of Earth's protector. But it sure does feel lonely at the top. That is until Rocket finds herself recruited by the Shadow Cabinet, a mysterious cabal of powered individuals who've been saving the world in secret for decades. In Dr. Alva's absence, his estranged half-sister Angela has led a hostile takeover of System, the evil organization of world superpowers he left behind. Angela's dead set on proving herself even more ruthless than her brother, and nothing and no one will stand in her way unless the Shadow Cabinet steps back into the light. They want to bring Rocket into the fold to take System down, but after a few too many rocky partnerships, is she willing to hear them out? With original Milestone media contributor Joseph P. Illidge at the helm, the world-spanning story that began in Milestone Returns will reach its fever pitch climax, and no one in the Dakotaverse is safe. In stores November 20th.
Nice. I should get into the Milestone universe. I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I mean, specifically.
I mean, there's a podcast I know. I know where you could get up to speed on it.
I should do that. Funny.
Just saying.
There happens to be one. The Rockefellers by Peter J. Tomasi and Francis
Rockefellers.
Oh, Rockefellers. Oh, I missed that. Francis Manipool.
Yeah.
A new cosmic time travel adventure from the minds of Peter J. Tomasi and Francis Manipool. The Rockefeller family, living a disconnected and emotionally distant existence, discover a terrible secret. In their hands is the fate of humanity. Hunted down, the Rockefellers enlist in the Time Zone Protection Program and escape to present-day Earth. If they can't find a way to trust each other in this strange, ancient world of today, they and our future will perish. This is going to be in shops November 20th. Yeah, I totally missed that it was Rockefellers.
Spectrum from Rick Quinn and Dave Chisholm at Mad Cave. Melody Parker is losing her mind. She's living on the streets of Seattle during the WTO protests of 1999. She's seeing things: androids, aliens, pigs in high fashion, and a creature named Echo, one of the sustained elemental beings with the power to alter reality through music. She invites Melody to join her as she brings about the end of the world. As Melody tries to escape this strange woman, suppressed memories from across vast spans of time flood into her awareness, bringing her very identity into question. You don't want to miss this stunning new release from writer Rick Quinn and music comics specialist Dave Chisholm. Also in stores November 20th.
What was his Jasmine called? Did he do Into the Blue?
He did Into the Blue, or Enter the Blue, and he also did Miles Davis and The Search for Sound.
Yep, that's right. Okay.
And he did a Charlie Parker book, too.
Okay. So he really likes jazz.
Well, he's a PhD in jazz trumpet.
Is he? Okay.
He teaches both cartooning and jazz at the Rochester Institute of Technology, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, a graphic novel. I think the last one that we haven't talked about in this catalog that we want to, Dante's Inferno.
Mm-hmm.
Paul and Gaetan Brizzi are adapting Dante Alighieri's Inferno. Guided by the poet Virgil, Dante crosses the 9 circles of hell to find his beloved Beatrice in paradise. Along the way, he must recognize and reject each of the incarnations of sin. In each circle of hell, Dante confronts both sinners and demons, from Cleopatra, Helen of Troy, Achilles, and Paris, whose loves were famously their downfall, to the Greek Furies and Medusa, to heretics like Epicurus, whose teachings claimed that the soul died with the body, now forced to writhe in a flaming tomb for eternity. Each layer of hell reveals monsters, gods, historical and mythological kings, philosophers, queens, and hordes of the miserable, faceless damned, all culminating in a confrontation with Lucifer himself. Paul and Gaetan Brizzi make Dante's famously dense literary classic accessible without distorting it and betraying the spirit of the Italian genius. They deftly translate it into comics while taking care to preserve the heart of the story, a taste for excess, dramatic tension, and the inevitable darkness of the subject matter. Also in stores, November 20th.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to pick this up because I've always been interested in Dante's Inferno, but have not
Yeah.
read it. Primarily because what it said in the description. It's insanely
It's
dense.
it's yeah.
And I just
Listeners to our heavy metal book club will recognize Vaughn Bode. Vaughn Bode's complete Dead Bone Erotica, collecting for the first time in chronological order underground comics legends Vaughn Bode's charmingly risque strips and Bode broads from Cavalier magazine, The Kind Men Like. Originally written and drawn in the 1970s, this volume represents a time capsule in erotic humor as only a master of the form could create it. The beautiful hardbound book also collects Bode's hard-to-find three-page strips and other rarities, with a forward and additional new art from Vaughn's son, Mark Bode. Underground comics enthusiasts, Bode aficionados, and fans of adult humor won't want to miss this uncensored and digitally remastered omnibus. He does some weird stuff, but funny.
yeah, looks great. I love the art. You know what I mean? Usagi Yojimbo from Stan Sakai. The adventures continue. This is Usagi Yojimbo, the Crow. The adventures continue for the rabbit Ronin Usagi and his cousin Yukichi. Finally making it out of the frozen mountains, Usagi and Yukichi come across a merchant being attacked by 4 brigands. They rescue the supposed merchant only to discover much later that he is really a criminal with a huge bounty on his head. Of course, wherever there is a huge reward, you will find bounty hunters, Jen and Stray Dog, and other unscrupulous trackers. Stan Sakai's evocative artwork with award-winning hand lettering features wonderful colors by Hi-Fi Color Design. This is in stores January 8th. I have read this in issues, and it is really good.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Usagi's always
good.
Usagi's the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Final order cutoff this week on Batman and Robin #1 for Mark Waid and Chris Samney. Kids Are Still Weird and More Observations from Parenthood from Jeffrey Brown. Minky Woodcock, The Girl Called Lulu from Cynthia Von Bueller. And 6 Treasures of the Spiral, Comics Formed Under Pressure from Matt Madden. Also, crowdfunding still is Perfect Crime Anthology from Iron Circus at Backer Kit through 9/27, and My Neighbor Necromancer #2 from friend of the pod and heavy metal contributor or heavy metal book club contributor Dylan Gilbertson and Jason Piperberg on Kickstarter through October 3rd. So what did you love this week, Tyler?
Well,
and your top book just barely missed mine.
Dead Eyes is back
because it was great.
Yeah, The Empty Frame #1 from Jerry Duggan and Jan McCrae.
Have you read did you read the old Dead Eyes?
Yeah,
the first
and I even read
volume.
Okay. I want to say I haven't found it, but I want to say that I even bought it when it was Rabbit Eyes. Did they distribute it at all?
I did.
Yeah.
The first 2 issues came out as Rabbit Eyes.
That's what I thought, because I'm like,
or as Dead Rabbits. No, Dead Rabbits.
Dead Rabbits.
Yeah.
I was almost positive
before the bar in New York sued.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, Dead Eyes, The Empty Frame, is a good series that brings us back to the world. The world's most unkillable comic is what it says on Image on previews. I really like the art in this. I've always really liked the black and white with the cover of this one. I'm looking at cover A
right
in front of me here, and I've always really liked
the limited color.
Yep, I've always loved that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, the story is right up my alley with being about artwork, definitely worth checking out. Go back if you haven't read Dead Eyes in the past. Go back and read the original series.
Pick up the Humble Bundle.
That's true. Yep. Go to Image, pick up the Humble Bundle. It's in there. My second pick is near and dear to my heart because this is the brand new Ninja Turtle series. This is number 2 from Jason Aaron and Joelle Jones.
I've got it
Albuquerque.
downloaded. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, Raphael Albuquerque's doing the covers. He's one of my favorite artists. I was wishing he was doing all of the artwork, but Joelle Jones is still killing it. And then I know you got this one on there, and I didn't mean to. I wanted us to have different stuff, but this was just too good.
No, this is worth doubling up on. This one was good.
Time Waits from Chip Zdarsky and David Brother and Marcus 2 from Distillery. I love me a good time travel.
So good.
Yeah, very good.
And I love how it took a while to discover that it was time travel.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like initially it just seemed like, okay, this guy had a past that haunts him.
Yeah.
And he's trying to live a domestic life. And then you discover that the past was like not just a past, but like a time traveling past. And exactly. I love it when they wind up having just because it feels appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when they wind up having medical issues that come along with the time traveling.
Okay.
That was something that Declan Shalvey and company did with Time Before Time.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember who else has done it, but it seems like it would be hard on the body, doesn't it?
Correct. Like you don't know,
and it would be that much harder to figure out how old you were.
Yeah. And then
because if you go and live 10 years in the future and come back to the same moment, did you age? Did you not age?
Good point. Yeah, I would suspect you aged, but then you come back to the same moment. You're gonna be 10 years older. That's a good point. There could be some kind of time travel flu. You know what I mean? That people get. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting concept.
I mean, what little we have theorized about time travel is that like you would essentially have to travel at greater than the speed of light, which we're not certain, which currently is an unbreakable threshold.
Mm-hmm.
And like theory of relativity, essentially, like your aging slows down the faster you're going. It's just stop and go. Yeah, just.
Have you ever seen?
I love how many more elements get added into the time travel discussion as we go through the years.
Yep.
As somebody who grew up on Back to the Future was like, just get in your DeLorean and get up to 88 miles an hour.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that old Disney movie from the 80s called Flight of the Navigator?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that movie, to our listeners who doesn't know the concept, he's abducted by an alien spacecraft and brought back to the exact spot that he was taken, but it was 8 years later, and the kid never aged.
And he's the same age.
He's the same age. So it's kind of got that same thing. Like
Interstellar did that too.
Yeah.
When the main character finally came back, like his kids were growing up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I read your number 1. I want to hear what you think of it, Dale. I didn't put it on my list because I thought it was really cool.
I thought it was weird and cool and awesome.
Weird is a good word for it. Yeah.
I like weird, and I trust Zach Kaplan.
Yep.
So Dark Empty Void slid into my number 1 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good.
I keep wanting
I don't even know how to describe it more than that.
Yeah, with Time Waits, your number 2, I keep wanting to say Tom Waits, right? I keep seeing that, and I think of Tom Waits, right? One of my favorite Tom Waits album is Real Gone.
Time Waits for Tom Waits.
Yeah. Yeah. Anywho.
Which one's your favorite? Real Gone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you say? I like Real Gone.
Yeah.
I like Small Change a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Um,
Rain
I
Dogs is really
Rain Dogs,
great.
I was gonna say, is probably up there. It's just I like more contemporary Tom Waits than older stuff. But
You know where Kelly and I got married?
where
Johnsburg, Illinois.
did you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know that song, right?
Yeah, yeah,
The one he wrote about is she grew up
yeah. To our listeners,
outside McHenry in Johnsburg, Illinois.
Did you get
And
married
you
there
know,
because of the song?
no, it was dumb luck.
Okay.
Um, but after the dances and the band played a couple of the dances, you know what I had them play for the first song in their main set?
What's that?
Invitation to the Blues.
Okay. Nice.
And Johnny, the lead singer, definitely knew where they were too. So, he said a couple of words about it being appropriate to play.
That's awesome.
I just, they're Johnny and the Boomers. If
Yep.
anybody's in the DeKalb area, they still play from time to time. Fantastic local blues band. Um,
Do they
and
usually?
Tom Waits' Invitation to the Blues is in their repertoire, and I never understood why it wasn't their common opener. So when they let me make my own set list for the
The wedding.
the
Yeah.
wedding,
Yep.
um, I let off with it.
Nice. I'm looking at the lyrics to it right
That was
now.
actually the coolest thing. I've seen so I'd seen them play so much and knew their repertoire so well
Yeah.
that they let me write their set list for the wedding and were also blown away by my
What you came up with, I bet.
the order that I put things in. I mean, obviously, for the most part, I wasn't picking the songs it was the songs that I knew they could play, but they were like, "Oh, this flows really well. We might use this again."
Nice. That's awesome.
So,
How early in
that
advance did
that
you
was
have
cool.
to get your song list to them, like for them to be ready?
I mean, since it was, they asked me if there were any songs that I wanted them to learn, and I gave them like 3 songs a month in advance.
Hmm.
Of which they managed to put together 2, and one just they couldn't didn't have the time to work out an arrangement that they thought would give it justice.
Right.
Um,
Peggy and I did not
but
have any kind of well, yeah, we had a reception, but no dance. So, because we got
right,
married, it was a second wedding for both of us, and it just didn't
right.
feel the necessity to have the all out hoopla. You know what I mean? Um,
Well, see, that's the best part of the wedding,
I
though.
know, I know. We just didn't want to spend the money because, like I said,
Well, see, that's the other thing, and that's one of the reasons we were in Johnsburg. We were in Johnsburg because we managed to find like a VFW hall that we rented out for $400 for the whole day.
nice, good deal.
So we spent like 400 on the hall, like 1,500 on food, and we fed them well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the advantage of finding a non like all of the what the hell do they call the reception halls make you buy the food from them,
Yeah,
and it's overpriced and it sucks.
yeah. But not at
Whereas when I
VFW.
found the place that I could bring well, no, I found the place that I could bring my own food. So I was able to pick the caterers based on what we actually wanted to eat, what would be good food, and what it cost. And Kelly worked with somebody who owned a wing shop, so we got a deal from them and we had a wing bar.
Nice.
And I knew somebody who owned a sandwich shop, so we got a deal from them and we just had a fantastic sandwich array
That sounds
for like
awesome.
$1,500 all in.
That sounds
I mean,
awesome.
we went all out on the wedding cake, so it was like a 500. Like the wedding cake cost a third as much as the rest of the food.
That's fun.
Um,
My
but we paid the band $500, but we got I think $700 from them in wedding gifts, which made us really, really happy. That we also put Kelly made like a basket and put a sign on it that said, "We didn't pay this band as much as they deserve, and they're probably giving it back to us in wedding gifts. Please support them if you like the music." And they raked in like $2,000
That's awesome.
just from people putting 5 cents into it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well,
So, I mean, you don't have to spend a ton of money to throw a good party, is all I'm trying to say.
you're right.
And particularly if it's your second wedding, don't go the traditional route. Go, we're going to say some words and then have a party.
Yep, exactly. We should have, and she kind of regrets that now. I don't really care. But she regrets that we
Do
didn't
it for an anniversary some year.
Yeah. Well, this year or next year, right? We just had our 11th. Next year will be our 12th. That's not a good one. Maybe for our 15th.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
I mean, we haven't done it again yet, but what it taught me is
How many years
a
have you been
good
married?
party's worth doing every once in a while. We got married in 2013, so this
Me
is
too.
11.
Me too. 2013. The first time I got married was in 03, and I was 20 years old and too young, and I didn't know her long enough, and
Yeah.
just didn't work out. But anyway, what's your third pick? We kind of went off on
Yeah.
off the
Sorry,
reeds there.
sorry. We fell off on the Tom Waits tangent.
Yeah.
Summer Shadows from John Harris Dunning and Ricardo Cabral. You can go back and listen to John talk about this book.
Yeah.
This is just a beautiful book. It's a like eerie horror vampire book set in a beautiful Greek like resort, quiet resort village. Yeah, I don't. It's sexy and cool.
Cool. I'll have to check
You
it out. I
know,
like John Harris Dunning a lot,
I
so-
don't. Yeah, no, I do as well. He's a good guy. So, yeah, and altogether, too many of my honorable mentions are honorable mentions because I haven't managed to read them yet.
I've read
Just like you got ahead of me on One Piece
Yes.
because I didn't read any this week.
So you stopped at the end of the last arc, right? And
Right.
I have continued to go into the next arc, which is
You're like
Waffles.
four chapters into the next arc, so you're
Yeah.
up on the island in the sky.
Yep. Yep.
I assume.
Yeah.
Because they were about to get blasted on the island in the sky when
Yep. And there's a really cool
I was the
scene with that, and it was awesome.
I really loved the whole underestimating of Luffy that
Mhm.
went on
Mhm.
in this last arc.
That's a
Like,
reoccurring-
yeah, he probably made those posters himself.
That's a reoccurring theme. And
He just kicked our ass.
last
No,
night,
I mean, he looks like a funny kid.
yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. I covered the mic, but I should have turned it off. Last night, I started watching the anime, and then I
Yeah.
also started the live action. I was gonna just kind of check the difference between the two. Have you watched either one of those?
I haven't yet. No.
They're pretty cool. The live action's really cool. They present Luffy in a really unique, I think, good way that really pays homage to the character in the book.
Yeah.
But I have to move us along because I've got to go to work in a little bit here.
Well, then we should definitely move along.
Yeah.
Because we've just been rambling this morning anyway.
Yeah. So our great response.
How about Betty and Veronica?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam Hughes did a great job with
Oh, fantastic.
Betty and
The
Veronica.
art is amazing, but the
yes.
writing was really good too, and I loved like the meta commentary.
Yeah.
You know, the
With the
stuff
dog.
like isn't Pop's shop always going out of business?
Yep. Exactly.
You know, because it seems like part of what Archie has managed to do and do well is take a handful of recurring themes and just recycle them, but in new and interesting ways sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I really enjoyed this.
I loved the
I
color
liked
palette.
that.
The
Yeah, I
the
like the color palette.
Yeah, it's muted and there's fall leaves everywhere, so you really get the
Yeah.
sense that it is fall. And they even make a comment on it at one point. Um, and I
I
love.
also
Go
really
ahead.
liked that it is mostly about Betty and Veronica.
Yeah.
It's not Betty and Veronica as like, ooh, which one gets Archie?
Yep.
It's like it explores their friendship and their rivalry and like, yeah,
Oh yeah. I
you know,
I really like the twist. I mean, you really do get the sense that Veronica has lost her mind and decided
right,
that she's going to go all in on this coffee shop with her dad. And
right.
you know, pops be damned.
Well,
And
how about the unspoken part of the twist, which is, do you remember why he was buying the coffee shop to begin with?
yeah, exactly. She told him to because the truck went
Uh-huh, because
flying. Yeah,
she wanted him to fire one truck driver. But then once he'd acquired it, he's like, "Oh, we should do this."
exactly. Like I was blown away by like she started this whole thing inadvertently
Right?
and then had to like come up with this scheme. But I do love the way the narrator being the dog. I don't know if they've done that in the past. I haven't read enough
Yeah,
Archie. But the narrator is Jughead's
I don't know either,
dog.
but it was fun.
Yeah, Hot Dog, who he himself says his name is J. Farnsworth Wigglebottom the third, which I think is great. And then, but he goes,
Yep.
but his human's bizarre food fetish permits him to call me Hot Dog. It's funny. Um, like I said, I love the color palette. I love how it's just muted, and it really gives a sense that it's like maybe kind of late afternoon on a fall day. I mean, the leaves help. I mean, the leaves are everywhere in these pages. Um, you do get a little bit of Archie and Jughead at the beginning having their conversation until they catch up with the girls at the house. Um, and then it just kind of switches, and we're just looking at Betty and Veronica for the majority of the story. I mean, Archie and Jughead do weigh in on their opinions on
Right.
what's going to happen with Pops, but for the most part, it's Betty. I mean,
Well, and Archie and Jughead and a few of the Reggie and whatnot also they're definitely um part of Betty's crew. So I mean, partially they weigh in, partially they do a lot of the work, but it is very much Betty and Veronica like warring with each other.
for sure,
Um until you find out that it was all
all ruse. Yeah, I
right,
I like
which
it.
was just, I mean, that was a really cool twist.
Well, and then especially with Veronica setting it up for us where she's like begging her dad to make sure the punch at the party is as red as it can be. So I knew she
Right,
was going to do a Carrie kind of thing. Um,
right.
I mean, I suspected that she was going to do the raining down thing early on, and they did. They with the fireworks explosion. That was funny. Um, yeah, I am, really getting into Archie, and I never thought I really cared about
Yeah, no,
Archie.
I am pleasantly surprised that, and I mean, I should have known because I mean, Tom hasn't worked hard, but Tom has like somewhat sold us on Archie
Yeah.
a couple of times
Yep.
when he's on the air. So, um, now he just went out and wrote some Archie to really sell us on it, and it worked.
Right.
Um, I now will be paying a lot more attention to what new Archie comes out.
I am too. I am too.
I still don't know that I'm gonna be like uh going nuts to go backwards.
No, I don't think
Um,
so. I might read
I
it
mean, we
digitally
didn't
though
manage to we didn't do our backstories um
this week. Yeah.
this week. But like we did them last week, and I thought they were okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I understood how they could inspire more good work, but I didn't necessarily think that they were great work in and of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I agree. You know, like classic
but I
Archie's
mean,
fine, but I do like contemporary stuff.
well, but that's also something that you then have to put it in context because anything that can inspire good work is probably pretty good work for its time. It's just so hard to judge judge things strictly against their time,
Right.
you know, and there's you know, it's one thing to be a great story, a great piece of art when you come out, and it's another thing to wind up being having a timeless greatness.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't. I mean, this is 10 years old, so I mean, I think this has a chance to be timeless greatness.
I
You
agree.
know,
Yeah, it's good.
um, for that matter, I think the life of Archie that we loved and both wished that we'd read more of last week has a chance to um really achieve that timeless greatness. Um, which means that there may be stuff from the past, but so far, you know, and I need to do more research. It seems like, uh, I mean, just because of the way it's published, where most of it is short stories, so it's more of an anthology type book.
Yep.
Um, and I don't know what level of curation has been done in the reprints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I would love is like if there were a handful of seriously curated this volume, like if you read no other Archies from the 50s, this is the one you should, you know, this is
Yep.
the volume you should read. Um, but that takes work and opinions differ and whatever. So, I mean, really, I need to dive in further, but there's so
There's so
much.
much. What would you like to
Yeah.
read for next week? What do we have on our list? I didn't even look
Well,
at it yet.
next week, I don't know what we'll wind up doing for any old stuff or
Right.
if we will do anything for old stuff, but I definitely think we will do some Afterlife with Archie next
I'm going
week.
to pull up the Archie plan that you've made.
Um,
Afterlife with Archie is
right.
great because I need an excuse to buy the Humble Bundle. That's kind of
There
throwback
you
there.
go.
So the Humble Bundle includes Afterlife with Archie. So if you are looking to catch up with us as to what we're reading, definitely check out the Humble Bundle for Archie After Dark or something like that. Um, yeah, I'm excited. So this gives me an excuse to buy the Humble Bundle.
Right. Though I'm pretty certain it's also on Hoopla.
I know it is. I'm just trying to make a play for the Humble Bundle part of it.
Oh no. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to read Afterlife with Archie, which is kind of a game changer book. This is from Tom King's Picks. It says, just a game changer of a book, one of the great comic stories of the 21st century that launched worlds and shows. Tom says, I remember reading it as it was coming out and thinking Archie is doing its own Watchmen, or is doing its Watchmen. So that sounds interesting.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, even though you know, I'm surprised to be looking forward to it just because it's Archie and horror. But you know,
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry.
no, I put it on the list, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Don't apologize.
Anyway,
But let's talk about next week and then get you to work.
sure. I got to go work at a library.
So,
Which, speaking of, I know this is way back in our conversation, but at the library, someone dropped off a revised Amazon bought copy of Project 2025. So I've seen a physical copy of this thing. It's
nice.
It's pared down, but
right.
It's still, somebody bought this off Amazon, then dropped it off at the library I work at. And everyone at the library that I work at is super left wing. I mean, really left wing.
You mean people who read books tend to be liberal?
Oh, yes. Very, very liberal. And we were just looking at this, like nobody wanted to touch it. It was so funny.
I mean, it's almost like liberal is just thoughtful.
Thoughtful and insightful and, whatever. Yeah, what do you hope will be
It
spectacular
almost
next week?
feels like liberal isn't like crazy leftist as much as, hey, this doesn't work. Maybe this would.
Exactly.
Whereas conservative, rather than being, hey, we need to slow our change because, we don't want to disrupt too much, is I liked it better when everybody thought I was awesome. So I just want to be awesome again. And I don't want to figure out how to change to be it. You guys should just change back to deciding I'm awesome.
Which is really ironic considering Project 2025 is calling for blowing up every bit of our government into, like, for one, changing the civil servants' jobs from civil servants
Yep.
to appointees.
Yep.
What that does is allow.
Because that won't lead to corruption.
Correct. Yeah. Give me a break.
I mean, the reason the civil service exists is because, we should have less cronyism.
Yes. We need
We,
to have
we should hire people for
impartial-
most of the jobs based on them being able to do the job, not based on
their political stance, whatever. Yeah, this bull
Right.
crap that they're not for change is crap, because if you look at what this project outlines, it's insane, the things they want to change.
Well, I mean, but they're changing them back.
I don't know about that. That's what they're saying.
I'm just. I mean, to be fair, they're not always changing it back to the same period in time. I think most of it does change things back to one or another wretched point in American history where rich people were doing really well.
I just don't understand this one party system that they want. You see Democrats, and I don't hear any Democrats right now crying out loud for Democrats to be the only political party in this country. But Republicans, that's all they're saying. That's what they want, is because Donald Trump has already said if he's elected, you won't have to elect him again.
Yep. I know. It's so fun. Let's talk about what's coming out next week. Sir number 2, the second issue of the motorcycle jousting book that I didn't know I needed.
I know. I was just saying,
Fellhound. The first issue was so good.
It was.
I am all over this. Babs number 2 from Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows, a nice feminist twist on sword and sorcery at Ahoy. Oh, the first issue was so good. So all over this one as well. And I mean, I just can't say enough about the EC revival. So Epitaph from the Abyss, number 3.
Yeah.
Chris Condon, Karina Betchko, Jay Stevens, Charlie Adlard, Leah Max, and Jonathan Case from EC Oni.
These are coming fast and furious, aren't they?
Great collections coming out this week.
Yeah.
If you missed the series, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees from Patrick Horvath, and Beyond Real from Zach Kaplan, and a cast of millions, or 7 or 8 different artists at Vault Comics. Definitely check those out. I just noticed, and I have to give a shout out to it because it was so hard to leave it off my list. I just noticed that neither of us put Matt and Margie Fractions Guilt Frame number 2 on our list, which is just a sign, or not Fraction, Matt Kint and his mom's Guilt Frame number 2 on our list, which is just a sign of like how ridiculously good comics are right now.
Yeah, Guilt Frame was really good.
And
not saying,
and for that matter, neither of us had Dazzler number 1 on our list.
No, because I don't like Dazzler. I mean, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, but it's Jason Liu. You're gonna like it. You're gonna wind up liking it.
I
all but guarantee you'll wind up liking it.
Yeah.
I think there have been some really cool stuff done with Dazzler through the years. I think they had trouble with her I think like the original Dazzler miniseries was good,
Yeah.
and then they had trouble with her when they tried to like force her into the superhero books
Yes.
before
So
they had a good enough handle on her.
for my childhood brain, when I was little, I thought mutant powers needed to be some kind of defense or offensive
Right.
thing. And so when she had this power of transmuting sound into light, I thought that was so wasted.
Right.
I thought in my little kid
Right.
brain just I was like, this is dumb. and I just haven't been
Yeah.
able to get over that. And I know that sounds stupid, but
No, I wouldn't be surprised if this series gets you there.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, my first pick, I went with all new series for next week. I love checking out
Yeah.
new series that are coming out. So Lilith.
There are a
looks
lot
really
of good new series coming out next week.
Yeah, Lilith looks really good from Corin Howell. From Vault. The Moon is Following Us. Number one, the artwork on the cover of this looks really cool from Daniel Warren Johnson. That's coming out in Image.
And not just Daniel Warren Johnson on that one. It's Daniel Warren Johnson and
oh, did I skip somebody?
it's another artist that I love, perhaps even more than Daniel Warren Johnson. So,
It'd just be a second while Tad looks that up. And then while
go ahead and keep going.
Yeah, and then the Tin Can Society number one looked really cool from Peter Warren.
Oh yeah,
and Francesco Mobili. Looked pretty awesome. So what do we got with The Moon is Following Us? The cover for this thing looks really cool. I really like the
Riley Rossmo.
Okay. I don't know why I forgot that.
Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rossmo. And it looks like Jordan Michael Johnson.
Oh.
Or no. I don't know why it says Jordan Michael Johnson. Yeah, no. Just Riley Rossmo.
2 S's.
Okay.
Cool.
But actually, and I need to shoot him an email because of this, because I've been meaning to try to get him on the show for a while. When I was picking up my comics on Thursday, I was talking to Colin at Dreamland, and Daniel Warren Johnson came into the store shopping.
Nice.
Last
week?
Saturday, and signed a bunch of his books while he was there.
Really? That's awesome.
So yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson visited Dreamland in Libertyville.
Is he from the Chicago area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, that makes more sense.
For that matter, I know from when I was working at a Chicago area comic shop that he has, because I had a guy come into the shop that I was working at that actually worked in Libertyville at like a brewery, I think, who'd been his college roommate and therefore was picking up Extremity, one of his early works.
Awesome.
So,
well, I better get ready for work. I got to shower and get dressed.
Yeah.
All that kind of
What
stuff.
time do you got to be there?
9:30.
Okay, good.
It is 10 to 9. So
if you'd said 9, I was going to go, oh God, I'm so sorry.
No, 9:30.
So, take us out.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you after the next page. Later. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22panelspodcast.